Welcome to the Emerging Professional Series at the Coffee Conversation Show, powered by the Emerging India Forum TIF and a tech partner, Prime Infotech Solution. Theme is The Science of Rules Inside the World of Biosimilars with Dr. Shuvankar Ballav, a seasoned scientist turned regulatory leader who currently handles regulatory affairs advanced biotech lab at Ipca Laboratories, Mumbai. From researching marine microbes during his PhD to now guiding global biosimilar submissions across the US FDA, EMA, Health Canada, and more. Dr. Ballav's journey blends science, strategy, and leadership. Beyond the technical world of compliance and dossiers, he brings passion, curiosity, and a human touch to everything he does. And we also come to know Dr. Shivankar as a person. So, welcome, Shivankar, today's Coffee Corner episode.
Great to be here. Thank you very much for having me here, Mr. Virani. It's indeed a pleasure, and I would certainly call it an honor to be in your show and to interact with you. I'm really looking forward for this entire session and the conversation. Certainly.
Oh, yeah. So, let me explain you. There will be three rounds: professional, personal, and a surprise rapid fire round where you'll be in the hot seat and you have to be witty, fun, and quick. And here's a gift AI
Oh,
incorporated first.
wow.
So let's
Thank you.
begin. So, friend, I'm Lion Amir Virani, host at Coffee Con Legal Tech Evangelist at Prime Infotech Solution, author of 15 books. So, my first question, Dr. Shwankar, you
Right.
began with a PhD in microbial diversity and now lead regulatory affairs in biosimilars. How did that transition happen and how has the journey been?
Wow, that's a very same question which I get very frequently. The journey has been fantastic. I would say, like I was enjoying my PhD days. I did it on microbial biodiversity, a favorite topic which I wanted to work with, and it basically it satisfied my soul. But I wanted to be on a more of a professional kind of job role. So when I was doing in my PhD, I wanted to be a more challenging role which is much more professional. And frankly, I had a desire to be a corporate. So that finally, probably that was the manifestation in the heart, which actually did work. So I completed my PhD. Then there are 2 years of postdoc on infection biology, followed by my industry journey started with Lupin Biotech. So that started with a CMC profile over there in Lupin. And it was a 2 years very good journey with Lupin, learning about biosimilars and learning more about the product development. And actually from CMC, the next department is regulatory affairs. So I was fortunate enough to get an offer from Biocon Biologics for a position in global regulatory affairs. So from there, I stepped to in regulatory affairs with Biocon Biologics. So that's how my journey started.
Wow. So let's dive deep in conversation, Dr. Shwankar. Biosimilars are a fast growing space.
Yeah.
How do you see India's position in the global market evolving?
Okay, as you recall, like our Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, said that India has become the pharmacy to the world, and even everybody started believing. Like alongside all the medicine, the generic medicine, biosimilars are very fast growing field. So a lot of companies are coming up for biosimilars because they are accelerated access to affordable medicines are basically critical drugs like oncology drugs, then rheumatoid arthritis, then various indications of osteoporosis, and so and so, that which drugs are very expensive. But India investing on biosimilars, those are creating access for the patients so that they can buy those products in much cheaper rate with the exact similar quality. So when it talks about biosimilar, they are basically affordable medicine. So India is doing fantastic. Biocon Biologics being one of the lead company who is actually developing one more products, then followed by multiple companies like Dr. Reddy's, then Lupin, then Oakhart, then Ipca also investing into it. So there is a very bright future and it's a growing field. I would say it's in a logarithmic field which is just going exponential growth. So India has a very bright future ahead in the field of biosimilars.
Okay. For viewers out there, can you explain in a layman's language what are biosimilar products?
Oh, biosimilar products are basically, I would say, biological medicines. If I have to say, like I said, they are copy version of a drug which has the equivalent quality to the reference drug. So that's, and if it is too complicated, they are safe medicines in much cheaper rate. So
So like the
that's all I
generic,
can say. Yeah,
like
like the
the
generic.
generic.
So yeah, I would have used a term like biogeneric, but we don't use it. So it's like biosimilar. So it could have been called as biogeneric if it had been exactly the same. But since biological molecules are little complex, so it is similar. So that's why it is biosimilar.
Okay. So what the difference between biosimilar and generic?
Oh, generic are basically they are small molecules. Their origin is from chemistry. So when it is chemically defined formula, it is possible to exactly replicate the same molecule. But when it goes to biological system, it's because these are biological system, the production is not exactly same. The formula, what is there, there are minor differences which lies compared to the reference product. So that's why they are similar. So the difference like in generic and biosimilar is like generics are basically exact copies, biosimilar are not exact copies. They are similar to the reference product, what we target. Because of the biological system, because we cannot predict how would our biological system behave. So we definitely control it, but it doesn't exactly give the same to same replica. There are minor differences which doesn't have any clinical impact.
Wow. Thank you for the what do you say clarification and giving us explanation because I was also what do you say understanding has become more better now after hearing from you. So that will help the viewers out there. Okay, now they can decide to go for better products like biosimilars instead of going for
Certainly,
generic
certainly.
because the component matters.
Yeah,
When you're taking the medicines and the component is less, so treatment will take longer and immunity wise anything can happen and yeah. So that's why I wanted to have more. So I'm going to have more conversation on this okay, by what are the process steps of like a biosimilar versus generic, a panel discussion. Okay,
yeah,
this would be better for what do you say, patients and the families out there, which
yeah.
is the best medicine, and not to be fooled by go for the generic one when the medicines are costly, but there are other biosimilars available, and they can
Certainly.
uh, yeah, what do you say, have a conversation with their doctors, the specialist, and inform them by you can. There is another option is available. Earlier there was only generic.
Particularly, yeah, yeah. Particularly, I'd like to highlight in terms of the for the cancer therapy, like
Yeah.
biosimilars are very rapidly growing for cancer therapies, and there are multiple drugs which are coming up. We all know the cancer drugs how expensive these are. Frankly, with
Mm.
if any family member gets with some cancer kind of type of cancer, then it becomes a very big financial challenge. So rather than have going to the reference product, we can definitely offer biosimilars, which will give definitely some relief in terms of finance to the family, and as well as the patient also will get benefited because the drugs are acting exactly the same as the reference drug, but they are much cheaper rate. So patient care and patient affordability are the vision of biosimilar.
Thank you for that. So let's continue the conversation.
Yeah,
Dr.
sure.
Shwang, what excited you the most? Sorry, what excites you the most about the regulatory side of biotechnology?
Well, regulatory every day is a challenge, like for when it comes to the regulatory affairs. So, what excites me actually, the most fascinating fact being into a regulatory, the entire data, what is generated by the R&D and manufacturing setup. All the data comes to regulatory, and then basically you represent that data to an agency overseas as all in the domestic market. So basically we are the last department, and we are the one who represent the entire product to the globe rather. So that itself, thinking of that, representing the whole data set, representing the whole company, gives me goosebumps. So that's give me the energy every day morning to come to the office and to start working as a regulatory professional. So like when you will have to handle the entire data, you basically need to have master the whole process. So that's what is about regulatory which excite me the most.
Wow. So, Dr. Shwanga, regulatory submissions to agencies like the US FDA, EMA, and others can make or break a product. How do you handle that pressure?
Yeah, that's a very good question, actually. It can make or break a product, right? Definitely. See, what I would say, every agency has their requirements, like US FDA, EMA, or Health Canada, or any other agencies what we talk, even CDSCO in that terms, India, also have regulatory requirements. Those guidelines are very defined. So when you are doing the product development, so from the beginning itself, you need to be compliant with the regulatory guidelines as per the agency requirement. So when you are targeting a particular agency, first see the guideline, what are the requirements, and develop your product over the years as per the requirement, and have a constant dialogue with the agency whether I'm doing the right thing. So there are scientific advices which are available when you can discuss with the agency to show that this development is proper or not. So by the time you complete your development, if you discuss with the agency, follow the right guideline, definitely your product will not be broken. So there might be challenges, but you will learn a lot, and your product definitely going to be a successful one to launch in the market. So it's a prior plan, prior strategies, prior feasibility planning. All those things, definitely helps the product to be so strong that no agency can break the product.
Wow, beautiful. So, having worked with Biocon, Curetech, Lupin, and now Ipca, what's the biggest difference in regulatory culture across these organizations?
That's such a scary question. Like, if I answer that, no, it's like I would go with, I was really fortunate enough to work with such pioneer companies. Frankly, I take when I'm working in the field of biosimilars, all of them. So every company has a different culture with respect to the product development. Like Biocon being the in the forefront, they have been in the longest time over there in this biosimilar industry. So over there, products are very mature. They're in the late stage of the development, and they're very professional environment. They do a lot of life cycle management in terms of regulatory. So when you go to Biocon, you have a complete setup ready, which makes you to move on a faster note, and you'll have to pick up things fast and then take the product and run. So that's about Biocon Biologics. When it comes to the Lupin, Lupin started their journey with Etanacept. So for Lupin, also it was a lot of learning and then proceeding to the agency. And being Lupin is a very stable company, they have a lot of support and very stable planning with respect to regulatory. So these are the two basic differences what I see. And when I come to Ipca, my present organization, over here we are very new in the field of biosimilar, but we have enormous capacity and we are involved from the scratch of the development. So over here, regulatory people, we are getting to see the complete product development with respect to the process, with respect to the R&D, with respect to several analytical departments. So those exposure is very rare. Ipca provides a complete different. I'm not promoting my company, but I'm just saying the fact. Ipca provides a platform where you can see the full complete development because products are getting developed. There are few in the late stage, there are few in the early stage. So being in Ipca, I'm being a regulatory professional, I'm getting to see from the scratch and getting to establish the system. So this is very enriching, I would say. From my personal point of view, Ipca is giving a platform where it's very enriching for any regulatory professional. Nonetheless, all the other companies do the same, but since we are new in the field, so we get to see from the scratch when the system is getting established. So that's giving a lot of knowledge and experience on parallelly.
Wow. So, let's go maybe down the lane, Dr. Shwankar. What's the most challenging regulatory query you have faced, and how did your team, along with you, crack it?
Oh, that's really again kind of controversial question that you should not talk about
We
it.
just need
But
merits of
yeah,
the case.
definitely, I'll give you a glimpse of it. Some happened like that happened in one of the companies during the regulatory query response after the regulatory submission has happened. We realized that there is a diluent missing in the drug, diluent for the sensitive patient. So the medicine was meant for a broader patient population. There few patients who are expected to be sensitive to the medicine, so those have to be diluted. So we were in the assumption that we can use the innovator diluent for our own product, but agency did not agree to that. So then it was in the middle of submission where a complete development of a diluent came as a challenge to us. So we had to prepare three batches of diluent along with the drug product and then do establish the stability and almost submit a half a dossier to the agency showing that we have developed our own diluent and it is safe to be used with our own product and we have also established the stability. So that was a massive query which actually we sorted, and this was big challenge. Actually this was a big challenge, and but we could achieve it, so that counts. And that product now is available as interchangeable. I'll not name the company and I'll not name the agency also, but it is available as interchangeable. So imagine that we have achieved it. So, and we have achieved not as biosimilar, we have achieved as interchangeable, so that any medical practitioner can exchange a drug. So that was a big achievement what we got.
Wow. So, Dr. Shwankar, you have been a mentor and trainer. How do you build a team that thrives under such high stakes work?
Yeah, it is there. So I have been a mentor to definitely to my team and about the trainer to them. So what generally I follow, because I know regulatory is complete a desk job. So there are ups and downs what comes. So when you're constantly sitting on a job and working, so basically my I be with my team throughout. I never leave my team alone, although I have a lot of meetings to attend being a regulatory, but I make sure I feel them that at every step I am just there by side. And any challenges are coming, the challenges are and failures are mine. But the success, what is coming, the success is for the team. So that's what I represent. That's what I believe. Because nothing we can achieve without a teamwork. So I tell my team, all the success is because of you, but the failure what comes, it's for me as a mentor. If there is anything to which I lack because of that, the failure has come. So that makes them feel comfortable. And in informal way, I make sure that I don't act as a boss. Rather, I to be try to be a leader to them, and I make sure that that they are open enough, they can talk about any situation, because like I said, we are the last department. If there is any glitch, so that glitch goes to the regulatory agency. So my team has to be very comfortable to me to tell about that there is some problem at the end. So when you encourage them to grow, you encourage them to be open to you with respect to science, they will come up transparent and telling about the problems. So when you can solve that, that creates a very beautiful culture in the team. And I definitely, whenever there is an achievement, my personal or the team's achievement, I share with the team. So they are always encouraged, to join me to share the happiness. So that helps me out a lot to build the team.
Wow. So, Dr. Shwankar, for someone aspiring to enter global regulatory affairs, what skills are necessary?
Yes. See, regulatory affairs, I have a very beautiful induction slide when I talk about it. I cannot present it here, but I would say regulatory affairs people need to be very vigilant, like Sherlock Holmes. Like you had to be, have an eye on every single thing, wherever any mistake can happen. And you need to be fast, like Flash Gordon, like because the field demands that much of speed, because the speed of regulatory is the company speed, because we are the last department. Again, it's like a relay race, the finishers. So you need to be very fast, you need to be as vigilant like Sherlock Holmes, you need to have energy always. So the people who wants to enter global regulatory affairs, I would suggest that you need to be vigilant, you need to have fast learning and has fast speed, and you need to have a lot of patience, and you need to be a very critical scientific writer when you're coming, because scientific writing skills are must for regulatory affairs. It's not just answering some queries, you need to understand, and you should be able to read and comprehend. That's what matters for someone getting into regulatory affairs. And you need to be open to learn new things, because regulatory guidelines keep on evolving, so you need to be flexible too. So there are a lot of qualities which regulatory field demands. So these are in short what I can talk about.
Wow. Okay. Let's go to your PhD days. Uh,
Yeah.
for viewers out there, what is PhD in biotechnology all about, and how was experience?
Hmm. I did my PhD from Goa University. So that's Goa means it gives you the marine environment. It's talking about the sea. So my biotechnology was basically specifically on marine biotechnology, you can say. So I get to work with on in the marine environment. I was working on microbes. So I was exploring the microbes, a particular set of microbes named actinomycetes. They are basically antibiotic producers. So I was exploring them in the marine environment, the extreme saline environment, so that I got to work with extreme microbes and explore their nature, their growth conditions. I could see them growing, I could see them producing antibiotics. So that was kind of everyday kind of, it's a discovery field. So that used to give me a lot of boost to work forward. So PhD, I enjoyed my PhD journey. I was an inspired fellow by Department of Science and Technology and Ministry of Science and Technology. So finance and sponsorship was from the government of India. So, but I really enjoyed my PhD and the research work. Like it was never boring or monotone. And luckily, whatever work I did, I could present to very various conferences. So that was also an additional boost for me. So that's how PhD 4.5 years it just moved like jet speed. I did not even realize how did PhD got over so soon.
Wow. Okay. So AI is impacting everywhere. How is AI impacting the world of regulatory affairs in a pharma?
Another very good question, which I get very frequently people asking about it. Okay, AI is there to assist us. AI can do wonders when it is coupled with human intelligence. So definitely, we are implying artificial intelligence in the field of regulatory because it gives us speed. And when just giving a small example, like you have a regulatory guideline of 60 pages, you need to read through and make some pointers from there, and you need to understand the summary. So if you need to read 60 pages, it's definitely going to take you a day, rightly. And in between, you might lose yourself because content is so high. But if you use an AI software and ask it to summarize, so on a glimpse, it will summarize and give you the points which you need to focus. So, but you definitely need to imply your human intelligence. You see those points, then go back to the guidelines and make your own notes. So when AI is there to assist us to make our process faster and to give a better output with respect to the science, but definitely AI needs to be coupled with HI. So together it can create wonders. It is not there to snatch anyone's job, but only thing we need to update ourselves to implement AI in our day-to-day life with respect to how we are doing research, with respect to what submissions we are doing in terms of regulatory, or how best we can use different softwares which are coming with AI or different technology which are being proposed. So AI will definitely not be a challenge. And as per regulatory is concerned, regulatory agencies are also basically they are proposing to use AI, but definitely they are also asking to establish a proof of concept before you implement AI in your process. They are asking you to generate a POC and discuss with the agency whether you are using the right AI or right approach for your product development. So AI is definitely helping, and it is also a present day demand. So we need to implement AI, and basically it's going to be one of the best friend, which is just walking together with us in the road of science what we are advancing towards.
Wow. So my last question is a
Please.
little tricky. If you had to describe regulatory affairs in one sentence to a lay person, what would it be?
Well, it's a science of rules. Basically, it's a science of rules. So I consider myself when that as a regulatory professional, I act as a kind of company's lawyer because I present company's case to regulatory agencies. So in a short, regulatory affairs people, they need to read a lot of rules. It's a science of rules, and regulatory affairs people, they represent the company as a company's lawyer to the regulatory agencies. So they don't go to the court, but they go to the regulatory agencies. So in a short, regulatory affairs people are basically companies' lawyers with respect to the product.
Wow. So let's go to the next round and understand Shuvankar as a person. Tell us about your family and your formative years.
Oh, yes, that's sure. See, frankly, before I'm a small town boy. I studied till my 12th in my native place, West Bengal, Kolkata. After that, for my studies, I came out. I came to Bangalore to study biotechnology. That was a time when biotechnology was a boom. Like people were really thinking like biotechnology will create a big future, which is still creating. So, and that was a dream. What I came up. I have a small family. I have my mom, dad, my sister who is a doctor. So in the family, it was always encouragement to be, do higher studies. Like I remember my dad telling me, like when I became the topper of my, in the first semester of my graduation, he just sent me a message. I remember that time we used to have Nokia mobiles. I remember the message still there. We are very happy with your success, but remember that you need to do your PhD. So he dreamt of my research career, in the first year of my graduation. So the family has been kind of my support and strength as I have moved as a scientist in the field where I'm working. So family values definitely has helped. I have been always grown up in a very humble environment, and values, if you ask me, like being honest and following a discipline, that has come from the family. Because in my family, I'll say it's like a traditional family where people get up at morning 4:30 a.m. and start their daily day prayers and all the activities. So that discipline has come from the family with me, so that is helping me today. Because as a regulatory person, definitely you need to be very very disciplined. So that is never a struggle for me to be disciplined. So this way my family has helped me out. So that's my growing years, and that's my journey ahead. My journey is right in front of you.
Wow. So, Shwankar, what's your go to way to unwind after a long day of compliance regulatory affairs work?
Yeah, so that's a good question. In the hustle bustle of Mumbai life, I prefer to listen to music, soft music. That helps me a lot. To relax a little. After the whole day of office, when I go home, I take time out for myself for 1 2 hours, listen to music, talk to the family members, and give them time. So that gives me the relaxation. And over the weekend, I make sure I do some activities which are other than science. So that gives me, I love doing gardening, so I make sure that I give my garden a little time. So those are the positive energy what I get from. So
Wow,
that's
that's
how I
interesting.
relax myself.
Oh. So, what's a family ritual or tradition that keeps you grounded?
Okay, I think that's a tradition of entire India which keeps me grounded. It's like I Atiti Devo Bhava. Like, when you have a guest at home, if you treat your guest as God has come, so that will definitely create certain humbleness in you, because
Yes.
you believe in the service.
Yes.
So this culture is there at home, so that keeps me always grounded, to reach to the people, to be there for the people, rather. So this is the value which I'm carrying with me, which definitely keeps me grounded.
Beautiful. So, let's go to your college days at Vellore Institute of Technology. What are your memories and experience?
Yeah. See, Vellore Institute of Technology, it's one of the pioneer university they have. So, and the MSc over there was fantastic, and it was very fast. We had 1.5 years to complete the complete academics and then move for our dissertation research. So, it was very planned degree what I had in Vellore Institute of Technology. So, 1.5 years just passed like in a month. I did not even realize there was assessment test, there was practicals, there are exams, there are three, four exams before you have the final exam. So, and there was eminent professors who are contributing, and we are learning technology and science together, and then moving for the completion of the degree. So it was, and I was fortunate to get my dissertation done in Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. So together, my MSc journey was very enriching with respect to the knowledge. It was not just a mere degree, but it has enriched me as a person also. And it
Wow.
taught me, how to be fast. Frankly, it taught me how to be fast.
Wow. So, Shwankar, you have lived in Goa, Hyderabad, Pune, Bangalore, Mumbai. Which city feels most like home to you?
Should I answer that? That's again a very controversial question. Like, okay, I would be
And
very honest.
Kolkata, your
Mumbai.
hometown.
So frankly, Mumbai, I'm more comfortable in Mumbai. Somehow, after I have stepped into Mumbai, it was always kind of very comfortable life over here. Though people talk like Mumbai life is very fast, it is very congested, but Mumbai has gives the comfort. So the people who come to Mumbai, if they are settled in Mumbai, they never want to leave Mumbai. So it's like there is a saying called as Maya Nagri. So probably that's magic has gone into me. Mumbai feels like a home for me.
Wow. So, what's a childhood memory that still makes you smile instantly?
Childhood memory. I wouldn't directly call it childhood. Like after I completed my, after I got my 10th result, so I did score well. And I remember my mom coming and hugging me and saying that, you are really a gem. So when I remember that, that brings a smile as well as tears in my eyes. So somehow I, that is very vivid to me. Like, and it's very special. It's a very special feeling for me.
Wow. So if your friends had to describe you in three words, what would it be?
Uh, can you come again? I just missed the question.
If
Sorry.
your friends had to describe you in three words, what would it be?
Oh dear God, they will have a lot of adjectives to talk about. Three words, right? My friends, they call me like kind of I'm an energy house. They say, and they call me um, confident, and some people call me Rajdhani Express because I'm always running, being a regulatory. And they call like, what is happening? Why you need to, be always on the motion like a Rajdhani Express? So that's my friends see me as.
Wow. So, which is the book, movie, or series which has left a lasting impact on you?
Mm, I would say it's a movie, and yeah, this has a movie. And if you ask me which movie, it would be Mission Mangal that it released couple of years back. But over there, they showed, you know, how you can rise from the failure. So that has created a long-lasting impact. And I learned a lot of things over that movie was very well researched. So I learned a lot of teamwork. I saw where exactly mistake can happen and how good a team leader need to be. So this movie always comes in my head whenever I think of the team or the daily day work, and I keep on quoting to my team also about the movie, like what message they have given, where the problems can come. So those things. So this Mission Mangal movie has a good impact on me, a very good impact.
Wow, wow. All of them acted very well, especially Vidya Balan.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Indeed,
Passionate. Akshay said that you're passionate about the project, others are not. That's why that there is a missing link. And she created that, what do you say, passion in all. And everyone,
indeed, indeed. Yeah, you feel as a scientist, you feel charged up after seeing the movie.
yes. Okay, so my last one is googly one. Describe Shuvankar in one line.
Okay. Uh, Shuvankar in one line. A happy soul, full of energy and life.
Wow. So let's put in the hot seat, the rapid fire round, your go-to comfort food.
Go to comfort food. Hmm. Actually, frankly, I love exploring different food. But go to comfort food, you would ask. Hmm, hmm, I would just give it a Bengali style chow mein. That's actually Bengalis are the only people who put potatoes in chow mein. But somehow that keeps me feel home. So that food is very close to my heart. Like when I have it, like it's a soul satisfaction. You feel like you are at home. So at home,
Mm.
sometimes we prepare. So that's a very comfort food for me, a Bengali style chow mein.
Wow. Favorite color?
Favorite color. Right now it's green. It keeps on changing. I have into green and blue majorly.
Wow. Compliance first or creativity first?
Compliance fast because I'm a regulatory.
Reading science journals or reading fiction?
Reading science journals right now.
Best piece of advice received?
Okay. That was like, don't get scared to commit mistake. Maximum what will happen? You'll get scoldings, right? Get the scolding, but proceed fast.
Wow. Your favorite Bengali sweet dish?
Bengali sweet dish. Uh, okay, I would go with Rashogolla, like
Wow.
everybody loves. I love Rashogolla in Kolkata.
Wow. You did well. And here's a book. And let's just toast. Sorry, my last one. Sorry. Which is very
Please.
important. Tea or
Yeah,
coffee to recharge?
it will be coffee, certainly.
Yeah, you're the coffee chef. And
Cheers
here's
to
a
that.
book. And here's a book which will be autographed and sent to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It
As
was
we close,
great talking to you, Mr. Virani. Yeah, please.
let me some excitement is I know.
Please, please.
2 3 minutes. As we close the conversation with Dr. Shuvankar Ballav, we are reminded that careers are rarely linear. They evolve with curiosity, courage, and conviction. From studying the tiniest organisms in the ocean to now, shaping the future of biosimilars on a global stage, your story is a proof that science and strategy can go hand in hand. More importantly, it shows that professionals can balance ambition with humility and rules with relationships. Years to many more such journey redefining what it means to be an emerging professional. So, like that, there are 500 plus coffee speakers sharing their professional, personal journeys, insights. Subscribe to the Coffee Corner Show, and we continue a conversation with cup of coffee with next coffee speaker. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you so much for having me. It was a great conversation, Mr. Virani. I thoroughly enjoyed this coffee conversation, and I really appreciate the team for arranging it so smoothly. And definitely, this is much required for the young professionals who wants to excel in the career and explore different venues. Thank you so much from my side, and namaste to everyone.